really I think we can benefit from. And as Mr. Nankin said, we're going to know a lot more in a couple of months than we know now. And then we're going to have some hard decisions. I have no doubt that we're going to have hard decisions to make, but I hope we will do it with greater knowledge and certainty about what those choices look like. And I really think we have to do this. I really don't think we have an option. I think it's the only responsible thing for us to do, given the nature of the subsidies, which doesn't even take into account what we expect to get hit with energy costs this winter. So I will be voting for it, and I'm looking forward to a very detailed, specific menu of options that we can look at in time for our budget cycle. So we haven't talked about timetable, but I'm hoping that we could have something by, have we talked timetable with them? Because obviously for our budget, we'd need to have this by sometime in February, at the latest beginning of March.
I think that's very doable. I think they said from the time that they get the go-ahead from us, we're probably looking at 10 weeks. Knowing how those things work, I would say 12 weeks. Nonetheless, that would put us in budget time and have it in time for you.
Okay, thank you. Because that would be very important, obviously, to incorporate this into our capital budget and our operating budget for next year.
We thought about that.
Thanks.
Okay, Tom, you want to add something? Sure.
I would like to act as temporary consultant for the pool and suggest that we lease the facility for $1 a year to anyone who wants to lease it from us. And if our consultant comes back with that idea on their list, in addition to all the mechanical changes, then I would definitely support this idea. But that was not one of the items that was included on the potential list of ideas, so I'm going to vote against this proposal.
Okay, thank you, Thomas. Any further questions, comments? No. I just want to echo what a couple of comments David Shrum made. This process has kind of, the process of the recommendation for the pool consultant has taken a while, and sometimes processes do that, and so I want to thank the Park and Rec Commission for doing a very careful job, and also I want to echo Dave's comment. Steve Carroll deserves credit for bringing USA Swim to the fore here, and you know, Steve has a history on this council. He's also has a history politically in this town, but I think people realized a very good idea and a very good vendor when it came forward. So everyone deserves a lot of credit for that. And like David, hindsight being 20/20, you know, had they been engaged several years ago, maybe we'd be sitting in a different position, but maybe not. So who knows? And this is not about looking backward, but looking forward. So everyone deserves a lot of credit to where we are now, and hopefully this spirit of kind of problem solving will continue forward. Jim, you're dying to say something, so go ahead.
Yeah, I did forget something. Knowing what went on a few weeks back at a council meeting, the other Nankin thanks you too.
Ah, yes. Our preferred Nankin provider is not able to be here tonight, but we'll take Jim. So anyway, I'd echo what David said, and Steve's in the audience, so thank you, Stephen, for bringing this forward. And let's see what we get here from Aquatica. So, yes, David.
I just have a technical question, maybe through you or for the town attorney, but the resolution that we're about to vote on technically has an incorrect name of who we're going to contract with, and it also has no reference to a dollar amount. So I just want to know if it would be appropriate for this resolution to be amended in any way.
Well, you should use the right name.
From the statement of the obvious department.
I move that we amend it to read Aquatica Pools and Water Parks Incorporated, which I believe is the official legal name, and delete the USA Swimming. Do we need to include a dollar amount?
And for a cost not to exceed $19,500?
Okay, motion to amend made by Mrs. Esty to correct the name of the vendor and to, yes, Ms.
Are we eliminating USA Swimming, Mrs. Esty?
Right.
Thank you
Yes,
very
and
much.
substituting, expanding it to.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so motion to amend made by Mrs. Esty, seconded by Mr. Orsini.
Yeah, if the maker of the motion accepts the two amendments.
Too late. We're going the way I'm doing it. Vote on the motion to amend. All those in favor? Unanimous. Now we'll vote on the amended resolution. Thank you, Tim, for voting to. Yes, very good. Now, we'll call for a vote on the resolution as amended. All those in favor signify, please, by raising their hands. Mr. Shrum, Orsini, Mrs. Esty, Mr. Recchi, Mrs. Visconti, Mr. Altieri, Mr. Hall.